Welcome back to Royals Show. Today we're diving into a very interesting development involving the British royal family. King Charles has now aligned himself with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on a matter of deep concern. This is not about family drama or palace intrigue, but about something that affects millions of people across the world, especially the younger generation: the dangers of social media. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay with us, because in this video we're going to explore not just the report, but the bigger picture around this issue, and by the end you'll have a much clearer idea of why this matters to you as well. On September 29th, GB News reported that King Charles had spoken out about his deep concerns over the harmful effects of social media on children and young people. This happened during a private 40-minute meeting at Balmoral Castle with Reverend Tommy McNeil, who runs a mental health charity called the Shed Project in Scotland. According to McNeil, the King was very engaged, very sincere, and 100% supportive of the work being done to protect young people from online harm. Charles spoke openly about how frightening it is that children are exposed to so much harmful content on their phones, and he emphasized that it is extremely difficult for parents to monitor or control what their kids are seeing online. This statement from King Charles immediately connects to a point that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been emphasizing for quite some time. Just a few months ago, in April 2025, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex unveiled the Lost Screen Memorial in New York City, a symbolic tribute to young people who lost their lives due to online dangers. At that event, they passionately called for stronger protections, more responsible tech policies, and more accountability from social media companies. So when you see King Charles raising the same concerns, it really shows that despite the distance we often hear about between the Sussexes and the royal family, on this issue there seems to be common ground. Now, why does this matter? Let's dig deeper. Social media has become such a powerful force in shaping how kids think, act, and even feel about themselves. Studies have shown that high usage of apps like Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat is strongly linked to anxiety, depression, and even self-harm among teenagers. In fact, the U.S. Surgeon General has already issued warnings about a youth mental health crisis connected to social media. Cyberbullying, addiction to scrolling, exposure to harmful trends, unrealistic body images, these are not just headlines. They are daily realities for millions of families. For parents, it's almost an impossible task. Imagine being a mom or dad and trying to constantly keep an eye on what your child is consuming online. Kids are clever. Apps are designed to be addictive, and harmful content often slips through even the strictest filters. That's why leaders, whether in government or even in institutions like the Monarchy, raising awareness of this issue is so important. When King Charles speaks up, it adds moral weight to the conversation. And when Prince Harry and Meghan, who have massive global visibility, call for change, it helps to keep the spotlight on what needs to be fixed. But here's another layer: the politics of the royal family itself. For years, much of the media coverage has painted Charles, William, Harry, and Meghan as divided, often at odds with each other. Yet this issue proves that when it comes to protecting young people, there can be unity. Some royal watchers believe that this might even be a way for Charles to quietly show support for Harry and Meghan without directly addressing family tensions. Others think it's purely about the issue itself. Either way, the fact that they're aligned on this point sends a strong message that transcends family disagreements. Let's also look at the role of charities and organizations working on this problem. Reverend McNeil described how Charles showed real appreciation for grassroots efforts like the Shed Project. These charities are on the front lines, supporting kids who are struggling with mental health challenges made worse by social media. And when leaders amplify their work, it helps them gain credibility, funding, and attention. This kind of synergy between royal influence and local charities can actually make a real difference on the ground. Now, think about what Harry and Meghan did with the Lost Screen Memorial. By creating a powerful visual symbol in New York City, they forced people to confront the real human cost of online harm. Families who lost children due to cyberbullying or online challenges were given a place to grieve, but also a platform to demand action. This is not just about warnings, it's about demanding accountability from billion-dollar companies that profit from kids' attention while often doing too little to protect them. Sagiene. If you step back, you'll notice a bigger trend here. Around the world, governments are starting to take this more seriously. The UK has been debating online safety laws. The US is considering regulations, and even tech insiders are admitting that unfiltered platforms can be dangerous. So when you have King Charles and the Sussexes adding their voices to this chorus, it adds cultural and moral weight to the movement. At the same time, it raises big questions. Should the responsibility fall more on parents, or should governments step in with stricter rules? Should tech companies be forced to redesign their platforms in a way that prioritizes safety over profit? And what role should public figures, like members of the royal family, play in shaping this debate? These are conversations worth having, and they're not going away anytime soon. So, to wrap this up, what we're seeing is more than just a headline about the king agreeing with Harry and Meghan. We're seeing a rare moment of unity in the royal family, but more importantly, we're seeing recognition at the very highest levels that social media poses real, serious risks to our children. If nothing else, this should be a wake-up call for parents, policymakers, and tech companies to act now rather than later. What do you think? Should governments step in more aggressively, or is this ultimately the responsibility of parents? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And of course, if you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.